Fresh air. Chilly air. Nighttime air. How long was I down there for? Suppose I ought to try and find somewhere more civilized to sleep. First question is, how to get down? Ooh, look at that! A mammoth skeleton. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Look at it. Oh. Right then. Next question is, where am I? Now we've come out the side of the mountain, but is it the north side or the south side? Because if it's the north side, I'll need to go right to get back to civilization. And if it's the south side, I'll need to go left. Let's see if we can get a better look. Yes, so that is a river. Now I know there are several rivers in Skyrim, but there's definitely one in Riverwood. Oh, hello, look at that. Hi. Yes, so river, mountain. Best guess, this is the river that runs through Riverwood, which means I'm on the south side, which means I need to go left. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, look at this. A little camp. Oh, and a campfire that no one's lit. Well, you know, it is rather chilly. I could use a little warm up. Let's see. Ah, that's better. Nice and toasty. Yes. I wonder whose camp this was. Looks like they left in a hurry. Ghost Stories of Tamriel Volume 2. Yes, I think I'll take this with me. That's assuming whoever's it was doesn't plan on coming back. Right then. Let's go and find a more civilized place to rest. Look at the moons. Gorgeous. Little bit spooky though at night time. Someone's house. Well, more a shack really, but yes, a cabin. Oh, hello. Good evening.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself with me.
Fair enough. Well, have a lovely evening. Perhaps see you again sometime. Now, where were we going this way? Yeah, still doesn't ring any bells. I do so hope we're going the right way. Otherwise this will be terribly awkward. And get terribly late. Ah, yes. There it is. Riverwood. Marvelous. Oh, gosh. Excuse you. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight a deer. No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Do you mind? Yeah, ear to you too. Gosh. Oh, ducks. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb you. Getting hungry. A little stream, just hop over. Right. This is where we want to be. Look at it. It's a cozy little village, isn't it? Evening, officer. Lovely night, don't you think? And it's the horsey again. Hello. Good to see you. Right, now I believe this is the inn. Sleeping Giant. Let's get cozy.
The fire.
Ah, now this is lovely and warm. Hello there, good sir.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
Ah, well, if you're the cook, perhaps you could tell me where the innkeeper is.
Out. She owns the place. She does what she wants.
Oh, I see. So, how do I rent a room?
Inn's closed. Bar's still open, though. Feel free to sit and put your head down on the table for as long as you like. I won't bother you.
Oh, well, that's rather disappointing. I was looking forward to a good night's sleep. Oh, well. Can I at least get a meal?
Let's sate that appetite,
Ah, beef stew. Now we're talking. Yes, I'd love some of that, please. And some baked potatoes would be splendid. Thank you very much. Right, now. Somewhere to sit. I suppose this will do. Gosh, I was famished after running around those Nordic ruins all night. Let's see. Beef stew. Delicious. I want a couple of carrots, maybe? And those baked potatoes would be marvellous. I'll wash it all down with some water. Right then.
Greetings.
So I'll mingle with some of
That
the
armor
patrons.
looks like it could use a polish.
So does your pitch, boy. Didn't I tell you last time to be more specific? If you want someone's business, point out the stain on their chest plate or the blood on their boots.
Yeah, good point.
But you don't have any stains on your chest plate.
Go tend to the chickens, boy.
What a bizarre little conversation. Hello, sir.
You in need of a companion, friend? Well, then you're in luck. I reckon I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day.
Killed? Gosh! You've killed more than 1,440 men!
Lot few, huh? At this rate, I guess I better change it to seconds then. But who's counting?
Oh, that's a little concerning. How have you managed to kill so many men, dare I ask?
It's all in the hips, friend. Killing a bandit is like making love to a maiden. It only takes a second, and there's no shortage of blood.
Ugh, well, you know, that's really not what I meant.
True enough, adventurer. True enough. You see, in times of war and famine, bandits are like cockroaches. A man can't even relieve himself without half a dozen bandits holding his prick.
Gosh, what a graphic image.
Especially a man who travels north to hunt horkers, and south to hunt dragons. If only bandits tasted half as good as horkers, I'd never go hungry again.
What brought you to Skyrim, then?
The horkers, my friend. The horkers. I can't get enough of a good bowl of horker stew. Fresh garlic, tomatoes, a sprinkle of lavender.
You're making me hungry again. Sounds delicious. Although, perhaps I could use some carrots. Maybe some minced onion?
You keep talking like that, and we'll need to get you an apron and a chef hat. Also horkers.
Oh, I'd love a chef's hat. You are in the wrong place, though. Riverwood isn't exactly the hawker capital of Skyrim.
That isn't it. You see, I've tried stews of all different flavors from all over Tamriel. I've tried your venizons and your steaks. I've tried your bug meat, your horror pies, and tourist nuggets. Some wood elf charlatan even tried to sell me what he called a wyvern steak, but it tasted like mountain goat. I've tried every meat from the Somerset Isles to the shores of Solstein, and ain't nothing compared to a fresh pot of worker stew. But you know what I haven't tried? I haven't tried a dragon. And call me crazy, but I think I saw one fly this way not long ago.
Ah, well, it's funny you should mention that. There was actually a dragon at Helgen. I was there at the time, and you probably saw that one.
You don't say. Sounds like Imbri owes me a drink. Said I was more likely to see a horker with wings.
Now there's an image.
I reckon that would be too good to be true.
Well, I'm actually here in Skyrim on an academic expedition, and the thing is, I don't know if you've looked at me, but I'm not exactly the world's strongest fighter, you know? Whereas you, on the other hand, you are a magnificent specimen of a Redguard, and of course there's all those bandits that you've killed, so I feel someone like you by my side might help me significantly with the whole surviving aspect of travelling. You know, and in return, perhaps I could help you find some hawkers and make them into stew. I mean, would you be at all interested in following me? I could use your help.
Let's go.
Oh, well, that was rather easy. Very glad to have you on board, Gore. Well, I think we'll set off in the morning. But in the meantime, I think I'll get some rest. The bartender did say to just put my head down on one of these tables, so I think I'll do just that.
Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed.
Gosh, that was a particularly unpleasant night. Barely slept a wink. Well,
You look ready to take
I
on
suppose
just
it'll
about
have to
anything.
do.
Wish I could say the same for myself.
Yes, quite. Well, good morning, Gore. I have to say you're looking particularly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Just get some breakfast and then we can set off.
Need a room? Talk to Delphine.
Yes, well, I wish I could. I wish you were here. I would have appreciated a proper bed. Well, have you got anything for breakfast?
Let's sate that appetite,
Let's see. Well, I suppose we can start with a pumpkin pie. That'll do. And then also I could do with a refill of water.
Of course.
Finally, a warm fire. Ah, this is absolutely
Thank you very much.
All right then.
And no.
Right. Some bread. And that pumpkin pie.
Or you say
Splendid.
Dragonfire's the same thing.
That'll get me started. Right then, Gore. I have business in Whiterun, but before we set off, is there anywhere in particular you'd like to go?
Well, that's a problem, friend, seeing as I'm following you for a reason. Rather not have to think about where I'm going, if that's okay with you. But if you want my advice, I'm a this way or that way guy. I just flip a coin, or a bandit, and let it make heads or tails of the situation.
Well then, if you're not particularly fussed, I think we'll head to Whiterun, because it was already my plan, but yes, I thought I would ask.
And I appreciate your concern. Just try not to do it a second time.
Alright then, I'm so sorry to have offended.
Alright then.
Let's get going to Whiterun. Although, that said, before we head to Whiterun, Gore, I think I could actually do with stocking up on some provisions at the local shop. Yes, this'll do, the Riverwood Trader. Particularly, you could do with some additions to my repertoire of spells, you see, because I'm rather lacking in that department.
Well, one of us has to do something.
Oh, sorry, am I interrupting?
Said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer.
Hello.
Sorry you had to hear that.
Oh, it's really no bother, honestly. Did something happen?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in, but we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing.
Oh?
An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Oh, wait. Do you mean this golden claw?
You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh?
What are the chances of that?
I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Oh, honestly, it was no trouble whatsoever. I was in Bleak Barrow, just on a different errand, looking
Thank
for.
you so much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood trader is back to the way it used to be.
No, you're very welcome. I was just there in Bleak Barrow, looking for this Dragonstone tablet for someone at Whiterun.
Ah, good to see you.
Yes, good to see you too. So I was looking for the Dragonstone, and I came across some bandits, and then I found.
You and me. We're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
Yes, quite. If I may finish, I found one who was actually caught in a spider's web, and then on his possession, he had the
Riverwood
golden...
trader is everything you need in a general store.
Right, if I can just explain, he had the golden claw, and then I took it from him, and I used it to open a door, and I recovered the Dragonstone.
Maybe you're looking for something particular.
Ah, yes, no, I see I'm intruding on your time. Look.
We carry just about anything you could need.
Yes, well, since I'm here, what have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Ah, let's see. Bread, I could do with a little bit of food to take with me. I'm fine for a backpack at the moment. Although, what I could use, if you have any, are some spells, and I see you do. You see, my own spell repertoire is somewhat limited at the moment, so I'd appreciate Frostbite. That's one I've always wanted to learn, so if I could take that, thank you. Lesser Ward, that could come in very handy when I'm up against another wizard, thank you. And Oak Flesh, that'd be very useful next time someone's swinging swords at me. Thank you very much for your custom. Yes, I think that'll probably do for now, thank you. Really appreciate it. And honestly, the gold, the claw, that was no trouble at all. It's very kind of you to give me some gold for it, really. Yes.
It was a pleasure.
Oh, no, the pleasure was all mine, honestly. Well then, Gore, I think we're done here. So, shall we head off? Well then, off to Whiterun. I have to say, it's very lovely to have some company on the road with me. Certainly makes me feel a lot more comfortable should I come across any more bandits. Especially if you've killed as many of them as you claim to have done. Another gorgeous day, it seems. We are awfully lucky. Everything I'd read about Skyrim talks about rain and snow and sleet and all sorts of horrible weather. But so far, it's been magnificent. Yes, I actually did this walk the other day. Bit of a trek, but not too far. Excuse me, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. Lovely views on the way. Yes, I think you and I are going to get along awfully well. I look forward to seeing where this partnership goes. Not like that. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Of course, I don't mean see where this partnership goes in that kind of way. I just meant I look forward to seeing how our friendship develops. No, that came out wrong as well. You know what I mean, don't you? Oh, you're far enough away to have probably not heard. Nothing, never mind. Good morning.
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. The United Empire is better for everyone.
I couldn't agree more. Honestly, Gore, keep up. Ah, now look. There's that rubble again. I did wonder about it before. Well, now I've got you with me, in case there's anything unpleasant hidden in here. Perhaps I'll have a little look, see if I can't find a clue as to what this was. Yeah, a few gold coins and things. Oh, and a letter. Yes. This cart was operated by some bandits travelling to a hideout that they call Winstead Mine. Oh, and there's a map as well. In the marshes of Hjalmarch. Oh, might be worth an investigate sometime, I suppose.
Fighting styles often come down to build. You got arms like a clanfighter, and you got no range with a weapon, but you're quick with a shield.
Yeah, good to know. Personally, I prefer spells. Much less messy. You don't have to get all up close and personal, you know. That sort of thing's terribly scary. Do you jog, Gore? Sometimes I find it a rather pleasant way to get around. Healthy, you see. Keeps the heart in good shape. Come along, come along. So, this is Whiterun. It's a lovely place. Really quite lovely. The sort of place one could grow quite accustomed to, really, don't you think? Very friendly, homely. Nice sturdy walls as well, which is reassuring in these troubled times. But, you know, I don't think I'll be settling down here just yet. Call of the open road and all that. Things to see. Ruins to explore. Temples to uncover. Artifacts to retrieve. So much to do. Anyway, in we go. So what do you think of Whiterun? Rather impressive, I think. There's that stomach of mine again. Never can get enough food, really. So, my appointment is at Dragon's Reach with the wizard Farengar. Seems an interesting chap. He's tasked me with retrieving this Dragonstone. And I went to a ruin, and I found it. With some slight difficulties, but nothing I couldn't handle, and I'm actually just heading back now to hand it over, because I understand there was talk of a reward. And frankly, funds are a little tight at the moment, you understand, so I'd appreciate that. Here we are then, Dragon's Reach, what do you think? Very high ceiling. Now, let's find that wizard.
You see? The terminology is clearly First Era or even earlier. I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text.
Oh, really?
Perhaps dating to just after the Dragon War. If so, I could use this to cross-reference the names with other later texts.
Good. I'm glad you're making progress. My employers are anxious to have some tangible answers.
Oh, have no fear. The Jarl himself has finally taken an interest. So I'm now able to devote most of my time to this research.
Time is running, Farengar, don't forget. This isn't some theoretical question. Dragons have come back.
True.
Yes, don't worry. Although the chance to see a living dragon up close would be tremendously valuable. Now, let me show you something else I found. Very intriguing. I think your employers may be interested as well. Bah, yes, the Jarl's protege.
Hello.
Back from Bleak Falls Barrow. You didn't die, it seems.
No, I know. I thought it was a bit close.
Dragonstone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
So, what about my, my reward?
You'll have to see the Jarl about that. Maybe his steward, Aequinoctium. I'm sure one of them will pay you appropriately.
Marvelous.
My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with me.
Oh, really?
So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that? Nice work.
Oh, it was nothing.
Just send me a copy when you've deciphered it.
Oh?
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby.
Oh, gosh.
You should come too.
Really? Me?
Dragon. How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you.
If the dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it.
No, it's a very good point. I'm just curious as to why you think I would be helpful. I'm not exactly a fighter, you see. More of a, well, scholar.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it.
Gosh.
Irileth, you'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again.
Really?
I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon.
Right.
You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here.
No, that's true.
I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragonstone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory. Help Irileth kill this
thank
dragon
you.
before it can attack Whiterun. No, I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Talk about battle.
Don't worry, my lord.
Don't know
I'm
why
the very
they
soul
don't
of
build
course.
themselves an arena.
No, you
The
see...
city's as good a place as any.
Yes, very interesting, Gore. But, Jarl Balgruuf, just wondering, before I go off to fight a dragon, you know, you say I'm going to be useful, but I just was curious to know whether you'd actually seen me. You know? Seen me. The way I am, the way I look, the, well, I'm not exactly a fighter. You see, I study. That's what I do. I like books. I'm not really very good at fighting dragons. No? No, you still want me to go? Well, if you insist, I suppose we could go and have a look. But I can't make any promises to be much use, you know? Alright then, so long as that's clear. Be very glad to have you with me, Gore. What are your thoughts on fighting dragons?
A high elf whose toe I stepped on once told me, "Watch where you step, Orker Brath." It was the highest compliment he could have paid me.
Well, that's good to know. Not especially helpful given the current situation.
Alright then.
But you learn something new every day. Excuse me. Well,
honor to you, my friend.
Off we go. Right. To fight a dragon. I must say I do have reservations about this whole concept. It's not really up my street. Although, you know, the chance to study a dragon... Gosh. Heavens. I don't think this counts very well. What on earth's happening there? Are you alright? No? I think I'll just leave you to it. Ah, that's better. I really wouldn't vibrate like that. It can't be very good for your constitution. Yes, Gore, I'm baffled as well. Right. Anyway, as I was saying, off to fight a dragon. Not necessarily up my street, but the chance to observe one up close, again, well, could be beneficial. You know, I mean, there was that one at Helgen, but I suppose we were so worried about trying to get out alive that I didn't get much of a chance to study it. So it's another good opportunity. Well then, the Western Watchtower, Irileth said. Now that is definitely a watchtower, and if my sense of direction is what it should be, that is west. So I think that's where we're headed. Come on, Gore, we have a dragon to fight. I have to say, I'm awfully glad to have you with me for this one. You seem like a tough, dependable sort of chap who might come in handy in a fight against a massive flying engine of destruction. You know? Time's somewhat of the essence, I feel. Would hate to miss the battle after all of this. So I think we'll take a shortcut across the wilderness. It's around here. Oh, look, another tavern. Worth bearing in mind. Oh, gosh. Fire. I hope I'm not too late. No, there are the guards. There's Irileth.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here.
I quite agree.
I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere...
Gosh, you think it could be?
Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Right, yes. Spread out and look for survivors. I can do that. Let's do that, Gore. Hello? Any survivors? Is there one around here? No. Anybody? Anybody survived the dragon attack? Oh, hello. That looks like one.
It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it.
Oh, heavens, are you sure?
Guardsman, what happened here? Where's this dragon? Quickly now.
I don't know. Kinneret, save us. Here he comes again.
Wait, where are you looking?
Here he comes. Find cover and make every arrow count.
Where am I looking? Where's the dragon? Oh, I can hear it. Oh, dear. That's not it. That's a bird. Heavens! There it is! Right. Okay. Fighting a dragon. Fighting a dragon. Fighting a dragon. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do this.